What's up, everybody? It's Ginger Yeti, and I'm checking in from home. So the last week in June, I took another little brewery trip, and one of the breweries I visited was 83 Brewery in Akron, Ohio. And while I was there, I was really close to closing time, so I was only able to have a beer or two. But then I saw this beer here on their menu. They didn't have any singles or 4-packs, whatever, in the cooler. But the guy said they could fill up a mixed 4-pack if I wanted. So I got this beer and picked 3 other beers. The other 3 beers I haven't got to review real soon. Who knows when they'll come out, because I'm getting ready to go on tour. So these are going to be intermixed between my road reviews. But this beer here is the one that I really wanted to review, really wanted to try. And this is the A.5 Saison with Spanish cedar. Like I said, it's from 83 Brewing out of Akron, Ohio. And this is kind of a cool can because it says fresh fill right there. And across the top it says, filled just for me at 83. 83 Brewery, fresh fill, 16 ounces. And on the side here, they've got a whole label section so they can put some of the relevant information there. So this is A.5 Saison. ABV is 7.7. It was filled on 6/26, so June 26th. Today's June 30th. It was filled by Corey, which that's really cool. I've never seen that before on a crowler fill or a can fill or anything like that at a brewery, where they have on the label who the person was that actually filled the beer. That's some good quality control there, because if something went wrong with this or it was filled improperly or something, you know exactly who did it. It also says brewed and packaged by 83 Brewery in Akron, Ohio, open within 2 weeks of packaging date for maximum freshness. And that's everything on the can. Of course, it's kind of like a filled can at the brewery. Really cool, though. I really like that they put who it's filled by. And again, because I saw it was a Saison with Spanish cedar. That sounded really interesting to me, and that's why I wanted this, and that's what made me pick up a mixed 4-pack of some different beers. I think they're all Saisons and sours, though, because, of course, that's my go-to is sours, right? If you watch my channel long enough, you know I love the sours. So when I got home and looked this up, didn't realize it, but apparently this beer right here won the 2025 World Beer Cup Silver Award for wood and barrel-aged beers, which that's pretty cool. Especially seeing a local brewery win an award at one of the big beer festivals, the World Beer Cup. Kudos to 83 for that. So this should be a good beer, I hope. It also says that the hops they used were Challenger and Styrian Golding. I don't know if I pronounced that right. Styrian, Styrian Golding. So on Untapped, not a lot of check-ins, obviously, since it's a local brewery. Gets a 3.84. Nice look there. Beer Advocate was an NA. Get it in the glass here. It's kind of a darker color than I expected. See if I can knobhead pour another beer tonight. I definitely did. Don't know if I can get anything on the nose through that massive head, but we'll find out. And of course, haven't done it for a long time. Dipped my giant beak right in there. Guess I'm just going to hoover it all up through my nose, right? It has kind of an interesting smell. It's farmhousey. Like musty, rustic. I don't know if I'd go so far as horse blanket, but it's musty, rustic. Maybe even some peppery notes in there. I dipped my beak in it again. Man, what is wrong with me? And maybe a slight, like, woody note. It's definitely peppery and musty and rustic smelling. And that's like an off-white nicotine stained, dark nicotine stained head. That's just pillowy, almost mousse-like. And if I can clear all the condensation off here, it's kind of a darker colored, like dehydrated, urine colored beer. Some fine carbonation just kind of lazily floating about in there. That peppery note's real big. I'm looking forward to trying this silver award winning beer from the World Beer Cup. Cheers, everybody. Wow. There is a lot of black pepper in that. I don't know if they brewed it with black pepper, but that is very, very peppery, very black pepper. Not like spicy pepper or jalapeno pepper, nothing like that. That's just like strong black pepper. Have you ever had so much black pepper on your food that the black pepper almost starts to feel kind of hot? That's how strong the black pepper flavor is in this. The black pepper flavor to me is overpowering on this. But I like black pepper. I enjoy it. And that's very, very unique to me. I love pepper beers. I love spicy beers. I've had other beers that have had like pepper notes, black pepper notes. But this is big time black pepper. And that is something I've never experienced before in a beer. It's black pepper. Behind the black pepper, there's hints of banana, maybe some subtle clove notes. It's a little tiny musty, and it's kind of salty to me. Now, if you've watched my videos before, I forget what beer it was, I discussed this. I had a bad incident with salt when I was a child, and I'm not a big fan of salt. And I think I'm kind of hypersensitive to salt. Like it just, I really taste, you put a little bit of salt in something, I really taste it. So I never use salt on anything. I don't mind it on like fries or sparingly on some other things, but I'm not one that ever uses salt when I cook myself. And this kind of almost has a salty aftertaste. There's also, because I was just going back into it, because I was going to say I don't pick up cedar. But when you take a mouthful and then kind of swallow and then exhale, there is kind of this lingering, I don't know even how to describe it per se, but it's like if you've ever walked into a freshly built cedar closet and that kind of smell, you can kind of almost taste that kind of just wafting around in your mouth after the swallow. But the black pepper is insane. It's shocking, like how strong the black pepper is on this beer. And again, I like pepper, I like black pepper. I know there's some yeasts out there and things that can give beers peppery notes, but I've never had anything that is just this strong, this dominant black pepper. This is like punch you in the mouth black pepper. However, as I'm talking about it, as I'm drinking it, that black pepper flavor is dying out. I don't know whether I've just burnt out those particular taste buds or those receptors, so I'm no longer picking it up like you can do when you drink stupid hoppy beers, and they just palate wrecker hoppy beers. But while talking and after drinking a few sips, that black pepperness is still there, but it's faded away quite a bit. And now I'm picking up a lot of banana and clove. There's still the black pepper there. The black pepper is still very present. But now I'm starting to pick up that like sweet banana and clove in this. This is a surprisingly complex. Now I'm getting some of that cedar woodiness. This is a surprisingly complex beer that totally shocked me with the black pepper. And as I'm drinking it, I'm either getting used to the black pepper or what, I don't know what. But now some of these other flavors are starting to shine through. Banana, sweet banana, clove. There's still some saltiness on the back end. A little bit of mustiness. Getting some of that cedar wood on the finish. This is amazing. This is a very complex beer. Shocked at the just punch in the mouth pepper at the beginning. 7.7% alcohol. No indication whatsoever. This is magnificent. I like black pepper. I like peppery beers. If you watch my channel, you know that. This is magnificent. This beer, for what it is, I give it 2 big horns up. This is a really complex, delicious, interesting beer. Flavors, again, I've had beers with peppery notes. I've never had a beer that was just this much punch you in the mouth, palate wrecking black pepper, which is insane to me. This is not a beer for the faint of heart. I think a lot of people out there would be overwhelmed by the black pepper, the pepperiness of this. And again, it's not hot pepper, it's black pepper. I think a lot of people would be overwhelmed by that. But for me, this is really delicious, really complex. I wish I would have bought a 4-pack of just this. I hope the other 3 beers I bought, which I don't remember what they are just as good as this one, because this is amazing. Again, if you like black pepper and you get to the Akron area, go check out 83 Brewery in Akron, Ohio. They're pretty much downtown. It's a nice little spot. There's usually plenty of street parking and things. It's a cool little place. Go check them out. Go visit your local brewery. Support your local brewery. Go take a brewery tour, as Louisiana Beer Reviews always says. And as always, embrace the adventure.